Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you all are doing well, and let's begin with the first question for today. I want to build my self-worth as someone with nothing. I want to do and be good, but I can't help but picking only the worst for me. I have a hard time believing I deserve good things without feeling bad for having them. So I asked this person about their past history, and they did mention that they have a history of physical and emotional abuse, as well as SA. And this was my response. I am so sorry you went through all that. You should acknowledge your pain and let go of any guilt, blame, or shame if you have any. Know that it wasn't your fault. Give yourself some grace, compassion, and love. Know and believe that you are a good person who deserves happiness and good things. Journal your feelings and make a list of things that make you happy. Then allow it to come to you or do something to make that happen. Start off with small things and don't allow it to make you feel bad. Practice self-affirmations and write them down on sticky notes and put them on a wall and read them every day. Last but not least, try counseling or support groups. I hope this helps. Next question. Has anyone cheated on the colonoscopy guidelines and ate a little something when they weren't supposed to and still went and had a colonoscopy without a problem? I am starving. I am gluten, dairy free and work long hours, and they want me to fast for 30 hours. Thanks. It may affect your results, and I don't think anyone would want to risk that, especially with something as crucial as this. I am still friends with a handful of ex-girlfriends. Most are married and have established their own lifetime of family stuff. A couple of them will message me from time to time, or sometimes I'll get an email. I won't say they are flirty messages, but on occasion they will send me stuff that reminds them of me or something that reminds them of when we dated. Rarely give it much thought because there's no attraction, but a female friend of mine said it's not appropriate for them to send stuff like that. Nothing suggestive, songs, movies, restaurants, a night out. She said that it's not appropriate and not respectful of their marriage. I don't know. I guess if I think about it from a husband's perspective, I wouldn't want my wife messaging the ex-boyfriend. But in most cases, I remain friends with them after a breakup. This is not an everyday thing. Between a few of them, I might get 3 or 4 messages a month should I stop responding. Yes, it is inappropriate for them to send you such messages. You should either ask them politely to stop or stop responding. Is it bad that I talk to my ex often while in a relationship? My boyfriend knows I'm still friends with my ex and is okay with it. So my boyfriend has a very demanding job and we live hours away from each other. When we first became official, I told him I was still friends with my ex and wanted to be open about that. He appreciated the honesty and didn't seem to be concerned about it. I didn't, however, disclose that I speak to him daily. He and I were together for 5 years, and then we had a strictly platonic phone friendship for 7 years after that. We were both single during those years. I know this is odd and people have a lot of judgments about it, but it's 100% platonic. We've both moved on, and he's been able to help me with a lot of things because he had more life experience than me. I've relied on him for a lot of things, like calling him about car troubles, helping me with job stuff, and guidance on finances, for example. I feel like it would be a huge loss to not talk to him anymore, but I also feel guilty about it. On the flip side, my boyfriend also can't really be there for me all the time because his job is so demanding and he's a few hours away. I don't feel like I'm necessarily hiding this from him, but I still feel guilty at times and question if I should drastically reduce my interactions with my ex out of respect for my new relationship. If your boyfriend is okay with you remaining friends with your ex, but is unaware of you both communicating on a daily basis, and in addition to that, you are experiencing feelings of guilt, then yes, the best thing to do is to reduce your interactions with your ex. I am at a loss with some friendships. I feel like if I'm not the one texting, planning, or inviting, then nothing happens. So I'll distance myself for a while, but get lonely with no interactions and find myself being the one to reach out again. You should tell your friends how you feel about always having to reach out to them and see if they'll put in some effort. If they don't, then maybe it's time to make new friends. Need help, please. I'm 30, married with 2 children, very happy and secure home environment. Children healthy and thriving in school. Husband is 31, the best dad I've ever seen. Literally, no lie. He's amazing. We both drive and have our own cars, and we are financially stable. Just found out I am pregnant and we're over the moon. But I am dreading telling my father. He's a very negative person, especially around me and anything to do with me. Nothing I do is right or enough. I'm his verbal punching bag. Whenever he's in a bad mood, he targets me, always has. I'm going to tell him tonight, but I know for a fact he's going to have a go at me. Need advice on things I can say to him to get him to understand it's not his place to have an opinion on this. He's going to say I'm stupid because in his opinion, we quote unquote don't need any more kids. We also want to move because we don't like where we are, but we have a safe and clean roof over our heads. We just want to move. To me, a baby doesn't stop that. I know he's going to say things like, why have you done that? Isn't that silly? I'm not happy about that. Blah, blah, blah. Any civil advice before I lose my head? When he starts his negative comments, just respond by saying the following. I knew I would hear negative comments, and to be honest, I don't want to hear it because it hurts me. This is our life. We are adults. We are happily married, and we are stable, and this is the decision we made for our family. If he continues with his negativity, continue to love and care for him, but limit your contact, especially if it affects your mental health, and let him know why you don't come around as often as you have in the past. Maybe that will make him change a little. I don't know what his age is, but I'm guessing he's in his 50s or 60s. Most people his age are already set in their ways and do not change their personalities, at least not drastically. It would be a good idea for you both to try family counseling to identify the root cause of his constant negativity towards you, to help your dad recognize the effect his negative words have on you, and to also help with communication skills. Would you stay with a spouse that after 11 years of not pulling their weight finally does when you threaten divorce? Now they expect you to act like they have been the entire time, despite pleading and begging for years. Yes. What was it that he wasn't doing before that he started doing after you threatened divorce? Unless there are other negative factors in your marriage, this alone would not be the grounds for divorce, in my opinion. I think marriage counseling would benefit you both. Today, I would like to end with the following quote. Be with someone who appreciates you, loves you, respects you, and grows with you. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, take care and God bless.